Hello, everybody. This is Akwasi from the Africans. It is April 21st. I'm hoping you're enjoying your day today. It's a bit rainy where we are today, so hoping you got some sun wherever you're at. Again, we do primarily Canadian and African because we wouldn't be the Africans if we didn't do cover some Africa and some club football overseas. Make sure you give us a like, subscribe if you're liking the content. Today, we want to talk a little bit about who do we want Canada to play as friendlies? It's friendly season everywhere. You're seeing teams getting friendlies, rumors of friendlies, and there was rumors that Ghana might play the U.S. Now Morocco for sure is going to be playing the U.S. in Ohio. You have Uruguay potentially coming in as well on the ladies' side for their qualifiers. You have the U.S. playing Colombia, and we're talking who do you want to play? I think the answer is Australia. If we can get Australia for the women's team, that'd be great. But for the men's national team, who do we want to play gearing up for the World Cup? These are the questions you kind of been asking myself. And shout out to Josh who put this on Twitter, even though I was going to make the video for today. I don't blame him, but it was just like, oh, I'm going to do that tomorrow. And then Josh asked questions like, love it. Love it. Anyway, Josh does great content. Make sure you guys check out JJD TV. Great content creator there for Canadian soccer. But the question really comes down to when you're playing friendly, especially in the World Cup year, are you playing the best team you're at? Are you prepping for teams you're playing? And that really is the question that you have to answer. What is your main concern? Are you trying to prep for the teams you're playing, or just sharpen your team as best as possible, playing as high competition as you can? Right. So when we are looking at a team like Canada, for those of you who have forgotten, Canada has a few interesting teams in their group. They do have Croatia, Luka Modric reminding everyone that age is just a number. Him and Karim Benzema at Real Madrid reminding everyone age is just a number and things will be coming in regardless. Productivity can still come. And then you have teams such as Morocco, who could be a very interesting team in terms of play style. I look at Morocco when I look at them. I look at them as stylistically they play like Canada, but they have players who play at higher leagues who do so. So they may be a higher quality version of Canada. That doesn't mean that they aren't beatable, but that's how I look at Morocco. I think that's how I feel. Now, stylistically, we'll see how they play and who wants the ball. And then, not the big elephant in the room, but the team that we're all wondering how well we will play against them will be Belgium. And when you look at those three teams, they all offer interesting things. And I think you can look at certain teams and ask yourself, maybe we can play against a team that can challenge us like the team could play. Or you can look at it from a way as maybe we can play a team with a similar type of a player like that, right? So maybe you're looking at a Belgium and looking maybe stylistically and thinking, I wonder what Belgium could actually do. I wonder what Belgium could offer. Is there a team that could maybe challenge us like a Belgium could do? Now, looking at Belgium in terms of stylistically how they play, off the top of my head, and I'm looking at friendlies in one of two. Like I said, teams, if we're looking for the highest rated team that could play, or maybe a team that's similar. Now, very easy high rated team that we can look at and say, hey, why don't we have this team play, would be Italy. Fresh off the Euros, unfortunately not the World Cup. I think they do offer some similarities, not necessarily fully. I think they may be a better fit, say, maybe if you're trying to mimic a team closer to Croatia and Belgium. So those wouldn't be bad shouts in terms of build-up. And especially, I would want them, especially because build-up within the midfield. How does our midfield stack up against the topper teams and trying to develop and look at areas, how we can really defend and really maybe try to control the pace, how well we can do with that. So that would be like one first off when you're looking at Belgium. You're looking at Italy, right? When I'm looking at another thought that I thought of when I say, okay, we're playing Belgium, you have players, you think of Kevin De Bruyne, you think of the Hazard brothers, but you also think of Lukaku. Like, is there a very interesting striker that we could play that could really maybe dominate a game and perform well? And again, another team that didn't make the World Cup, which is interesting to look at, would be Nigeria. Victor Osimhen comes to mind. Again, we wouldn't be the Africans if we didn't highlight some African teams. But playing a team like Nigeria could be interesting to see if we want to test our back three, even our CDMs, and see how that partnership would look against a striker like Victor Osimhen, who maybe would be the highest striker that we face in this region. Again, Raul Jimenez is definitely playing well, but Osimhen has definitely been playing well in Syria at Napoli. So I'm wondering that would be a good test for the Canadians, that back three, whether that it's Miller, whether it's a Vittoria, maybe you have a Scott Kennedy there, Alistair Johnson. See how they're able to deal with a good playmaking, but also just a good nine like an Osimhen. That's a good, interesting aspect. Now, when we're looking at a team like Morocco, right? Now you can say stylistically, can we find a team that maybe can defend well, maybe hit us with a counter? Easy option to think of to me would be looking at a team like Egypt. You have Mo Salah coming on the wings, El Nani also playing there. You could look at a team like that and say, maybe this is a team that we could use as if we can break down a team that's defensively good, but then also how do we deal with dangerous players coming back on the counter? That wouldn't be a bad matchup to kind of look at. Now, if you're looking at teams overall, I think in terms of their play style that could do well, I think an interesting name to look at would be, who are going to the World Cup, would be our Senegal brethren. I think Senegal would offer a lot of attacking prowess, and with the athletes and the technical ability that they do have, I think that'd be a good, not to say that it'd be a similar game to what was happening in Panama, because I think, again, Senegal is much better than Panama, but I think Senegal could offer us defensive challenges, but also to see what would happen if we could counter a team, see if we can break down a team also which have high quality players playing around the world. Senegal wouldn't be a bad shout or option. Now, another team that I have thought of in terms of teams that we could use as perhaps a team to play when it comes to preparing for other teams, just from midfield. We did bring up the Dutch. We did bring up Croatian and whatnot. One thing that I do wonder is, I think we can definitely have some here. I think if you're looking at teams, more than likely a team like Italy, if you can get them here, that'd be great. There would be no doubt. But in terms of breaking down defensive teams and other teams which may be similar, I don't necessarily rate them in the same way, but it's a good similar shout, would be a team like Algeria. We had Mahrez with players, again, defensively good, athletes, maybe not as much on the striker up top, but definitely players who can be clinical from other positions along the attacking line. And seeing again, testing that midfield and the back line. I think that's the interesting thing. Test the midfield and the back line, but then also seeing how can we transition against a team like that who is typically very good in terms of their defensive discipline and moving forward like that. So those are some names that I've brought up. But guys, let me know what you think. I think for me, if you're asking just me, I would say I would like teams like, I want us to play Senegal. I'd like us to play Italy. And then, just for a defensive aspect, I'd like us to play Egypt. I think those three matches would be nice matchups in terms of getting us ready for some of the teams that we may be facing in our group. If you're asking me just overall friendlies who I would love to have, then I would say maybe get us the Netherlands, because they would be a good team. I think structurally passing wise that they're good. See how well we can be broken down and how well we can kind of defend against teams that are comfortable passing and moving the ball forward. But guys, let me know in the comments below, who do you think are your dream friendly matchups for Canada? Leave it in the comment below. And again, give this video a like and subscribe if you like the content that's here. Guys, this is a question from the Africans just checking in, saying goodbye for now.